All right. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm trying out a new way to launch some videos. This is a first try and a test try. I'm going to do a short, quick response to a question that some of you have had. This comes from the reading at 5.7 that has to do with the question number 1. So question number 1 asks you something like, in public areas, one mirror is placed at an angle to the wall to enable people in wheelchairs to see themselves. Draw a diagram to find the image in this slanted mirror. Excuse me. So hopefully going to clear this up for you just a little bit. And I want you to think for a second. Now I have some mirrors behind me here. I don't know if you can see this, but I know that when I go to the mirror, the closer I get to the mirror, the bigger the image is. If I get further away from the mirror, then I appear to shrink down and I actually become smaller. So the image is what we're talking about in this question. So tell me if this makes sense. I'm going to come over here, see if this works. First of all, miniature whiteboard. Put this over here. Hopefully this will be able to work. So I want you to think about this for starters. Should I move this over? By the way, the coffee mug I'm drinking from today is one of my favorite ones I keep at home, the Yoda Jedi coffee mug. I'm only half caffeinated so far today. So let's just think about this. If we have a person and the person is flexing their muscles and the mirror is straight up and down, at a basically a 90-degree angle to the entire person, then this distance from the top of his head and the distance from the bottom are the same. We could call that maybe X. But if we have a person, let's say, who is lying down on the floor, kind of relaxing, hand behind their head, reading some of my notes or something like that, then all of a sudden you think about the distance from the feet, we'll call that X, and the distance from the book is X plus, let's say, 10 centimeters, and the distance to the top of the mirror, let's say, X plus 30 centimeters. Think about that. Now, the image on this side of the mirror compared to a person, this guy's doing his homework for Mrs. Ferreira, the image on this side is clearly going to be different than the image on that side. And should have probably drawn this a little bit differently, but just think about it this way for now to keep things a little bit simpler. So this distance is longer than this distance, which means the image in this part of the mirror is going to appear smaller. But the image over here that image is going to appear larger. I went out to Walmart yesterday. I bought myself one of these blue microphones, and I'm having a really tough time getting it to work. So I'm going to test this video. Hopefully, if the audio is better, I'm going to post this one for you as soon as I can figure out how to make it work. So I hope that answers your questions. Remember, for question number 1 in 5.7, we want to know what would the image look like. So you need to take this idea, and like Cody Biat said, Cody sent this message in. He started off with a wall like this, a person down here in a wheelchair, and the mirror is angled like that. That is a good start. However, I want to know in this question, how would that image appear? What would it look like if you were staring at the mirror? And that is the question. So don't take too much time on this one. I'm going to post the next lesson today for science with some more reading for you to do this week. Our goal is going to be to try to tie up optics and finish off with looking at reflective surfaces, the human eye, and then we're going to start on a brand new unit after spring break. So get all those assignments in. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. If you're a little bit behind, don't worry. You can catch up fairly easily.